Hello guys, thank you guys for watching. And so I'm recording here in my room, so the lighting is a little bit kind of like this because I'm recording with natural lighting. But anyways, I'm gonna be doing a video on an update on my plants. I'm gonna be talking about two plants that I made a video on them before, and you guys were asking me to share with you guys how my plant is doing, how it looks, and so this is it. So the first plant that I'm gonna share with you guys is my Satin Pothos Pictus green jade. It's just a basic green jade pothos, but this one is satin, so the leaves tend to have like a little iridescent look to them. So I'll show you guys how the plant looks. You guys can see right here, this leaf is actually one of my favorite, if not my favorite plant leaf at the moment, even more than a Hoya, and I'm into Hoyas right now, but this leaf is just giving me life times 7. It has a new growth point right there. You guys can see it. Let me tilt a little to the side. And this pretty much is the whole plant, as you can see. This plant for me, it's very easy to take care of. I haven't really had an issue with any insects coming in contact with it. It doesn't have a lot of insects or pests, mealybugs, spider mites, gnats, nothing of that. It's very easy to take care of, very low maintenance. However, it is a very slow growing plant. I kind of struggled a little bit when I purchased it and I repotted it. It struggled a little bit to start the growth process. It took quite a while for it to start growing, but once it started to establish its roots in the pot and it got comfortable, I guess, with me, and it started loving me a little bit more, it started to grow leaves. However, like I said, the growth rate on this plant compared to any other pothos, it's very slow. It's probably grown about 6 to 7 leaves from when I purchased it, like 6 or 5 months ago. But like I said, it's very rewarding because once it does produce a flower, or a leaf, it comes out very juicy. All of these leaves right here, these 3 right here, are new. All of these are new. And then this one here, like I said, my favorite one is new. So it's very rewarding to have. It's not one of those plants, like I said, that it's gonna be a super growing, fast growing plant, but just, you know, take care of it, love it, and it's gonna start growing for you. I'm gonna do a close-up on this plant so you guys can take a look. So notice how the leaves are more satiny. I'm gonna put it here close to the sun so you guys can see. See the iridescent that comes off from the leaf when it's exposed to the light. That's why it's more like a satiny pothos. And the leaves on this plant are much more thicker, kind of like a succulent, more juicy. Super nice plant. They're kind of like a heart shaped with a weird bottom look to them. But yeah, and you can also see the veination that comes with them. The bottom of the leaf is also a little bit off green. It's kind of like a more white green than green, and the leaf on the foliage is deep green, but the bottom of it is like more of like a different color. And also, if you look at the bottom of the leaf, you can see like glitter, which is very cool and very unique from this plant. No other plant that I have in my collection has like a glistening, glittery effect. So that's my Satin Pothos Jade Pictus. The next plant I'm gonna show you guys is my Monstera Peru. I made a video on this plant, I think 9 months ago or something, or a few months ago actually, and it hasn't grown for me that much. Maybe because of the pot that I have it, maybe it doesn't like its home, maybe I need to repot it and change the pot. Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, this plant is very nice. The leaves on this plant are very reptilian-like. You guys can see it has a lot of veination in them, very thick and succulent-like leaves. If you touch them, hopefully you guys can appreciate the texture. I'm gonna do a close-up on this so you guys can see. But the texture on the leaves of this plant are very bumpy. The leaves are very thick and sturdy, and the new growth on this plant is very slow. I've had this plant, I think, for 8-9 months, and it really hasn't grown much for me. It's definitely grown all of this right here from, I have 4 leaves right here. These 4 leaves are new. That's pretty much, I think that's all it's grown, and maybe a few on this side, but it really hasn't grown for how much I've had it. Maybe it needs more fertilizer, or maybe it needs a totem pole to like hang itself and tie up itself onto, and so that it could grow big. However, I'm very satisfied with the way the plant looks. It also started to vine a little bit, so that's kind of cool, very rewarding for me, because that lets me know that it is actually getting used to its pot. For pests, I haven't really had any pest problems with this plant, just like my previous plant. This one doesn't have a lot of I haven't had an issue with any like mealybugs, spider mites, gnats, what else, worms, anything. It's very easy to take care of, very low maintenance plant, and I love low maintenance plants, so this is also a very low maintenance plant. I started to notice this plant popping up more on like mom and pop shops rather than Lowe's or Home Depot. So if you're trying to get a hold of this plant, maybe once this quarantine is over and once your state decides that it's fine for you guys to go out with precaution and buy plants, maybe you guys can stop by a local mom and pop shop and maybe see if they have this plant. I notice that sometimes if you go and ask mom and pop shops, they don't know what you're talking about. So go and make a search yourself. Go to the store, to the nursery, and look for these plants yourself. I remember I went to this nursery in Redondo Beach in California, and I was asking them if they had Hoyas in stock, and they told me no. So I was kind of like bummed out because I was looking for Hoyas, but I was like, I'm already here, let me just take a look and see what they have in the nursery. And lo and behold, I found a huge selection of Hoyas. There were only 3 types of Hoyas, but it was like a wide selection to choose from. And they had Hoya tricolor, they had Hoya public calyx, and they had Hoya crimson queen. So there you go. See, just go ahead and take a look for yourself. Don't trust the nurseries all the time because they don't know what they have. They have so many plants, and it's common sense for them to not know 100% what they have in stock. So if you guys are looking for this plant, go ahead and walk into the nursery and you guys might be lucky enough to find one. Anyways, this is it. This is my little update for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below on what video you guys want to see next. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time.